Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy that takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run. This is Allen. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Braylon Allen, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They go here with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. You talk about this Lions defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Underwood. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Following the interception, Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back.
Taking it right down Broadway. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw. That's complete to Laporta. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal. Now Allen. And he gets
him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. On second down, here's Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 1st and 10, Young. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Off the play fake, Young. Thomas brings it in. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. That's good for 28 yards.
He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
Moore, the man in motion. Now Young. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Young on 3rd down.
That pass complete to Moore.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Forced out to his left, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Ready, left, 95.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2nd down and 4. They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. He'll drop to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
They'll try to run with Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
A try here for the extra point. I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Young to throw it.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Young.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Young will set to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
3rd and short yardage. Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
From the gun, here's Swift.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd down, Young.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Young. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long.
Now Young. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And this one is right through. And they will tighten this one up a bit now. A one-score game at 20-13.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
There he goes, right side.
Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Over the middle, complete into the hands of Tremble. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a...
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They were losers to the Packers a week ago, but they've got the lead right now here as they come up on a 1st and 10. Jet sweep to start the drive. What a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
3rd and 4.
He'll look to throw. That is caught. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They tried to get the edge there, no edge to be found.
Yeah, and when you're trying to set the edge, trying to control either the defensive end or the outside linebacker, if you don't, that allows the defense to string a play out all the way to the sideline. And know the sideline gives you as a defender an extra guy. You go from playing with 11 to playing with 12, and it worked out well for the defense there.
Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
He may go.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Rashee Rice,
75 yards.
and the Panthers are back within a score.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer in the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On third down, he'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now he's stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A little careless with the football. And he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did. And when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you. 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
That caught by Trimble.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's 2nd and 3. They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Young now. He's got Thomas yet again complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. On the handoff, this is Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. To the right side and intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position. And he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll drop to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now here's Young.
There's Trimble, the tight end.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Tommy Trimble.
46 yards.
And the Panthers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Aubrey now for the PAT.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. lead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Going back to Gibbs on first down.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Another run for Gibbs here.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post-mortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, just tough to justify.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Young running the option left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charlie.